Ooh, dark chocolate. Oh, whoopsie. Hello everybody, sorry about that. You just caught me a little red-handed with my chocolate obsession that I have. But let's leave that for another topic, okay? Anyways, thank you so much for joining me, and what I really wanted to go over today is what to do when you're losing hope on your manifestations and other things that you want to bring into your life or other areas of your life. And this is a really big one, and I think we've all kind of been there in that point of our lives where we are so excited that we are going to manifest something into our lives, and we're so like, yay, and that initial excitement is so nice and it's so grand and it feels so good, and you're like, I'm gonna do this and let's do it. Especially like, well, everybody can relate to this when you're starting like a new workout routine and you're like kind of excited about it, and you sign up in the gym and you see all those machines and the smell of I don't know, rubber and I don't know, freshness around. I don't go to the gym. But the point is when you start something new, when you want to achieve something into your life, and you're at first you're like super like 100%, and then after a while it just seems harder and harder to keep up. After a while it feels as if it's just kind of slipping from your hands. And if you're one of those people that you are awakening spiritually and you really want to take matters into your own hands and be like, okay, I can create my reality, I can do this, so I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna work with my thoughts, I'm gonna work with my mind, and I'm gonna fucking do this, right? You can't. But what happens is that we are creatures of habit, but at the same time, we are not consistent creatures. So that might sound a little bit like an oxymoron in a way, like I'm totally contradicting myself. But the thing is that we are creatures of habit in the sense that once we create a habit, we like to continue to do what we created, whatever habit we created. You know, when you wake up in the morning, what do? You get up, you brush your teeth, you go to the bathroom, and that's what you do, right? And then if you have to add something new to that routine, at first it's not easy. At first it's like, okay, well, take out the dog because you got yourself a new dog, and then you're like, oh, that's right, I have to take out the dog. Once you kind of have a routine, it's harder to add different things into your routine or into your manifestations if you want to manifest something into your life. And what happens is that we start to, if you want to manifest something into your life, we start to visualize it every day, right? We start to do this for like, you know, the first week, and we're like super excited. We dedicate 20 minutes a day to sit down and kind of visualize and meditate or say a mantra with what it is that we are wanting to manifest into our life experience. And then by the week 2, you're like, yeah, let's keep doing it. By week 3, you're starting to skip a couple of days, and you wake up in the morning and you kind of go back to your whole routine. Some of those days you just kind of get up and you're like, oh my god, I'm late to work, and I don't have time to meditate, I don't have time to read a mantra, I have to just brush my teeth and go. Or it's more like, you know, my manifestations are coming, let me just go. Or whatever it is that you're trying to do. It's just more like you start to skip out and you start to kind of regress into the old mentality that you used to have. And this is where the problems start to come in, because what happens is that we start to regress into our old mentality, and we are finding ourselves back into noticing that our manifestations are not coming. Whatever it is that we wanted is not coming, And then by the 4th week, we are back into being grumpy, disappointed, our self-esteem is low, and then we actually, some of us go into victim mode and blame the whole universe, saying that this doesn't work, this is bullshit, and you kind of just regress and go back to being Mr. or Mrs. Grumpy. And so I just want to let you know that this is the inconsistency or the consistency problem that us humans go through, because we have a natural tendency that we don't like change. So if we're trying to introduce something new into our lives, it is very hard to achieve it because we have a natural tendency that we do not like change. And this is part of our survival. This is part of our genetic makeup, our species. This is something that humans don't like change. And this is also why it's so hard to transform yourself, why it's so hard to get the body that you really want to get, right? I am gonna say something about this. You know, nowadays it's so much easier to just go to the plastic surgeon and get liposuction or get, you know, your abs formed for you, and that's it. Change, 100,000 followers on Instagram, and they look amazing. Half of the people don't know is that they did all that stuff at the plastic surgeon's office in Colombia. All right, guys. So I'm just trying to say, if you really want your body to change, if you really want your manifestations to come to fruition, doesn't matter what it is. It could be, you know, that job that you wanted, that love that you're looking for. Everybody's looking for love. Everybody wants to love themselves more. Everybody wants to shine their light even further. Just know that everything is based on consistency. And when you're losing hope, when you really feel, if you really feel like you're losing hope, kind of go back to yourself. Go back into why it is that you're doing this in the first place, and look into the values of why it is that you're trying to do this in the first place. I know that for me, when I am losing hope into something, when I'm trying to achieve something and it's becoming a little bit too hard to do it, I really kind of sit with myself, and then I start to kind of just go over my journal and go over the reasons why I want to do whatever it is that I want to do. And I try to validate those reasons. I try to see, you know, are they really genuine? Are they superficial? What it is that I'm trying to bring into my life, what kind of life I want to live. And as far as manifestations and hope goes, they really go hand in hand. For you to have change in your life, for you to have things come in and out of your life that you really want in and out of your life, you have to have hope. You have to have a positive outlook. You have to have optimism. And if you don't have one thing, you're not gonna get the other. But at the same time, it's like if you realize that you're finding that you have some sort of resistance, some sort of thought that is, or belief that is negative, then that's something that you really need to work on. That's something that you really need to explore. Maybe it's a lack of confidence. Maybe it's just feeling unworthy, that you don't deserve it. Or maybe it is that you feel negative towards a subject, like towards a certain thing, like money. A lot of people, they want money, but they don't get money because they have an underlying belief system that they think that money is a bad thing, that to have money is something, it's like the root of all evil. And believe it or not, a lot of people have this belief. They really do have it. And it's something that it's deep inside of them. It's something that is not even conscious to them. It's something that is subconscious. So you really need to like reevaluate yourself if you're losing hope in your manifestations, if you're just losing hope at all. Reevaluate yourself, reevaluate your life. What is it that you want and why do you want it? Okay, this is super huge. What are the reasons? Are those reasons Are those reasons superficial once again? Are those reasons valuable? And if they are valuable to you, just know that it will come. Know that everything happens in divine timing, because you deserve everything that you want and more. You deserve the life that you want to live. I mean, 100%, 110%. The point is more like, just keep wanting it. Keep going for it. I mean, a perfect example is artists. So some of these artists that are now out in the mainstream media, they've been artists since they were, 10 years ago, like super young, or just people that were struggling, and all of a sudden they make it big. And these are people that persevered. So this is kind of what I'm telling you guys to do. You have to persevere, and you have to know that you are worthy, that you deserve everything that you want. It doesn't matter how many bad things you've done in your life, okay? This is really big, and I'm so glad I'm touching up on this. It does not matter how many bad things you've done in your life. You are worthy of a great and beautiful life if you really want it. Just be compassionate with yourself and be compassionate with others. And also know that your head is gonna always play mind games on you, okay? This is also based on the ego. The ego is fear-based. So your mind is also gonna fuck with you, okay? Let's just keep it real. It's gonna fuck with you. And that's where perseverance comes in. That's just, you have to have a good understanding that, you know what? I am gonna get rejected from time to time. If I'm trying to climb the ladder, I am gonna get rejected. It's normal, it's going to happen. But what do I really want? I want to get, I want to go further. So keep trying it, keep doing it. Don't let other people's rejection, just because somebody says no, doesn't mean that your value, your worth is not enough, okay? This is so important, this is so huge. Your mind is gonna fuck with you. This is gonna be an emotional journey towards your dreams. And people are gonna reject you, people are gonna say no, but guess what? There's always gonna be somebody that is gonna believe in you. And there's always gonna be somebody that is gonna like whatever it is that you're doing, or whatever it is that you want, whatever it is that you wanna achieve. There's always gonna be people that are going to support you, okay? If not, Instagram wouldn't even, it's funny, but if not, Instagram wouldn't even exist, okay? There are followers because there are people that like all kinds of shit, all kinds of stuff, okay? We know this, all right? So you have the power to change anything, and you have the power to achieve anything that you want. And have hope for yourself, have hope for love, have hope for success. And mind you, do not measure your success with other people's success. Your success is personal. Only you can feel successful. And sometimes feeling successful is just living nice and comfortable. And to other people, for them, having a Porsche, then that's how they feel successful. But mind you, those people may be living in an efficiency, okay? FYI. So just don't measure yourself, don't compare yourself to other people so much. Just know what you want, perceive, keep the hope alive. Know that you create your own reality. If your predominant thoughts are negative, these are the things that are going to come into your life experience. They're going to be negative. Just know that whenever you have a negative thought and you're trying to achieve something that is only temporary, that you have to learn to let it go and just kind of go back to what it is that you really want out of life. All right, guys? I love you all. I really hope this can really help you. And I hope that you guys have an amazing 2016. Please leave a comment, share, like my video, or subscribe. And I will see you guys next time. I love you. Bye. Going back to that chocolate.